kind of smells like milk that I left sitting in a container for a couple days, but a little sweeter. Hey there, and welcome to today's video. My name is Courtney. Okay, so for today's video, this is obviously a pumpkin spice taste testing, and I feel like I'm a really good person to do this because when it comes to pumpkin spice flavored things, I'm very neutral. I don't love pumpkin spice, but I don't hate pumpkin spice. I'm very like, yeah, I'll eat it if it's around or during the season. I'll try it. I had the pumpkin spice coffee at Dunkin' Donuts the other day. Pretty good. So I figured I would be a good person to do a pumpkin spice taste testing. So I'm going to be taste testing a bunch of random stuff that is pumpkin spice flavored. And yeah, with that being said, I'm just gonna get started. Okay, so these next, it's from the brand Mellow in the flavor pumpkin pie. Okay, so I've definitely had a Smarshmallow before because there is a candy show that I go to every year, well, not this year, in Chicago, and they've definitely been there, and I've definitely tried their product. I don't think I've ever purchased it though, or done it for taste testing or anything like that, but they are supposed to be less ingredients. It says simple ingredients, marshmallows, snackable marshmallows, deliciously non-GMO, and these are in the pumpkin pie flavor, which, considering it is now fall, it is the perfect time for, oh my god, this would make a wonderful s'more. It's time for s'mores. And okay, so this is what it looks like. And this, I mean, it's the perfect s'more shape if you ask me. Oh. That smells, sorry, I'm a little overwhelmed by the smell, so my eyes are watering. That smells, I'm not crying, I promise. That smells like everything you want fall to smell like. That smells like all of the best fall candles rolled into one. That smells like if this doesn't taste good, I'm just gonna leave the bag open and let them dry out and leave my place smelling good. Okay. Oops. There's a good amount of nutmeg in there. Very nice pumpkin flavor. It's not too overwhelming. You still get a good marshmallow flavor, the normal marshmallow texture. And I think if you use these to make s'mores, I would assume that you would still get a really good pumpkin flavor even with the chocolate and graham crackers in there. That is so much better than I thought it was going to be. I think it still smells better than it tastes, but oh my god, this bag smells phenomenal. Okay, so next up, this is from Archer Farms, which is one of Target's brand, and it is their trail mix in rustic pumpkin spice. Okay, so there's pumpkin spice peanuts, cinnamon flavored pretzel balls, yogurt covered raisins, and pumpkin seed kernels. Mostly we want to see how the cinnamon flavored pretzel balls, the yogurt covered raisins, and the pumpkin spice peanuts do, because pumpkin seed kernels are a pretty normal thing. Alright, I'm just gonna go in order, so I'm gonna start with the pumpkin spice peanuts. They're okay. They could use a little bit more pumpkin flavor, but they're not bad. Next are the cinnamon flavored pretzel balls, which, okay, I'm kind of confused because, yeah, okay, I'm gonna put these down. There are these, and then there's these. But there's only in the bag pumpkin spice peanuts, which I just ate peanuts, cinnamon flavored pretzel balls, which I would have guessed were these, those are almost like cinnamon yogurt pretzel balls. It tastes like there's yogurt around them. You could see it. Okay. And then yogurt covered raisins. and pumpkin seed kernels. You can see the pumpkin seed kernels. This, I'm assuming, is going to be a yogurt covered raisin, which it is. Pretty good. I got some of the cinnamon on it from other stuff. That was really good. But so then what are these? Okay, so now I'm confused because these are most definitely the pumpkin spice peanuts. It is a pumpkin spice coating around a peanut. So I guess they just left off of the ingredient list that there were 2 different kinds of peanuts in here. Or maybe they just meant, like with the pumpkin spice peanuts, there are ones that are just coated with... See, I don't know. Oh. Okay. On the back, it lists pumpkin spice peanuts and then pumpkin spice orange coated peanuts. So I guess they just kind of lumped those together as one, but it definitely made it a bit confusing when tasting. But all in all, I think the uncoated peanuts were my least favorite thing in here. But let me try like a little combination of something. Like we'll do a pretzel ball and a peanut and one of these together. A lot of good fall flavors. This would be really fun to munch on. This would be great to have as a snack at work. This is something I would definitely put, or I'm going to put, in my snack container to bring with me to work. Yeah, I quite enjoy this. Okay, so I thought this one would be interesting because most people have tried, or at least I think most people, or a lot of people have tried Werthers original caramels in general, so it'd be really easy to judge how these are in comparison and know what an original tastes like. So yeah, I thought this would be interesting. They are Werther's Original Harvest Caramels Pumpkin Spice Soft Caramels. I don't love how that smells. It kind of smells like milk that I left sitting in a container for a couple days, but a little sweeter. Now this smells good. They're pretty good. I mean, the caramel itself is delicious, but I would say when it says soft and creamy caramels with a touch of pumpkin spice, they really do just mean a touch because it is rather subtle, but it's still really good. And I think it would be really fun to, if you were to take any recipe that you have that involves caramels or requires caramels and using these instead, I think that would be really fun and add a fall twist to something that might not be necessarily a fall dessert at all. Or if you were to melt these and make, if you melted these and make caramel apples with them, I feel like that would be really fucking good. Okay, so I feel like I've never done something like this before, but these are from the brand, I think it's Pureline cream-filled wafers in the flavor pumpkin spice. I freaking loved these things as a kid, the chocolate ones specifically. My grandma always had them, and I would always have them at my grandma's. Okay, so that's interesting. There's 2 packs in there. Nutmeg is definitely the first smell I got, but lots of pumpkin spice. Oh, and we pulled out a broken one, but we're gonna try it anyways. Alright, here's a full one. I feel like you might be like supposed to do so. Like, are you supposed to do something with these? Are you supposed to like put them in coffee, like swirl them in coffee or hot chocolate or something, or like dip them in coffee? Because I feel like these would melt pretty quickly. I don't know. I've always just eaten them by themselves as a snack. I don't know. Okay, so I tried to eat some cream by itself and then some wafer by itself, and I'm pretty sure they both have spices in them. And they're really nice spices. Again, they're not overpowering. Lots of nutmeg. It's fairly pumpkin-y, but not as pumpkin-y as, say, like the pumpkin pie marshmallows were. This is more on the subtle side, but a lot more of the other spices that are typically found in pumpkin spice flavored things. Like, I know there's something besides nutmeg that I can't think of, but it's like pumpkin pie spice, nutmeg, cinnamon. Is that what I'm thinking of? But yeah, these are absolutely delicious. They're flaky. There's really good spice flavor. Like I said, there's a decent amount of spice flavor. Like, some people might find it a little bit too much, but I think the cream saves it and balances it out in a really nice way. And the texture is just on point. Okay, so I think seeing these was what made me decide I wanted to do this video, if I remember correctly. And I saw these and I was like, oh, interesting. Because there was a point in time, if you don't remember, where Twinkies went out of business and stopped being sold, and people were pretty much up in arms about it. And so Twinkies are back and have been back, and since then we've also seen them roll out with a lot of different flavors. And I don't necessarily think this is new, but I've never tried it. I'm sure there's a lot of other people who've never tried it. I think it's gonna be very interesting. I'm a little nervous for this one. I think it could potentially either be really good or really bad. So let's see. Okay, right away I can smell the pumpkin spice flavoring, right away. And then the sponge, smell of the sponge cake. It's almost too much spice, not enough pumpkin, is what I'm getting from it. So I don't think they added any flavor to the sponge cake itself. I think they just added it to the cream on the inside. It's okay. I think they could have dialed a little bit down on the spice and a little bit up on the pumpkin, and that would have evened it out a bit better. But it's not bad. I feel like if you really like Twinkies and or you really like pumpkin spice, these might be worth giving it a try for you if that's something that interests you. I don't think I would ever normally buy a Twinkie if it weren't for doing this type of video. But it's almost a little better than I remember, in the sense that I like that the texture of the shortbread itself is pretty dense. And there's a good amount of filling on the inside. It makes me actually want a normal Twinkie, but I'd say they did a pretty good job. It's just not, I think, as good as I was hoping. Like, it was an okay job. Like, we'll give them like a 6 if we had to rate it out of 10. Like, they did, like, they got the spice there. They could have had some more pumpkin, but for what it is, it works. Okay, so my final thoughts. I personally think the best smelling we know was this. I also think this probably was the best tasting. This one was called pumpkin pie, though, as opposed to pumpkin spice, so it had a bit less of the other spices, but I still felt like it tasted like you still tasted nutmeg and cinnamon, because those things would be in a pumpkin pie. So I think they did pretty well with this. I quite enjoy these. I think my favorite thing in total in general would be split between these two. I would love to know what your thoughts are. So if you've tried any of these, if you want to try any of these, if you have any pumpkin spice flavored things that you think I should try, please let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and subscribe if you want to see. I've got a lot of really fun fall related videos and Halloween related videos coming up that I'm really freaking excited about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!